We've seen Doom in 64 bits, we've seen Doom in 32 bits, we've even seen Doom in 16 bits, but what if I told you I wanted even less bits in my Doom experience? Good news, there's an answer for that. Poom is an 8-bit Doom clone, basically a Doom game developed for the Pico 8 Virtual Console, a fantasy console that mimics the limitations of graphics and sound capabilities from 8-bit consoles. Poom was made by Fred72 and Paranoid Cactus, who put this package together a few years back. The game runs in 128 by 128 resolution and in 16 glorious colours. It has a lot of features you'd want from Doom, including damaging floors, enemies, weapons, and even some Doom music to boot. There are 6 original levels, with 5 enemies scattered across each. You'll be seeing the shotgun guys, imps, cacodemons, lost souls, and even a final boss from Doom, the Cyber Demon. You start off with a shotgun, but will end up with a chain gun, plasma rifle, and even a rocket launcher. The best part, you can play this on your PC and even in your browser. I've gotta say, I love the look of this game. I'm a sucker for good looking 8-bit and 16-bit games, and Doom's art style fits in so well with those limitations. If you want my opinion, it actually puts some of the official console ports to shame in terms of appearance and effort put into this. The controls will take some getting used to, and enemies have a bit of a habit of being spongy on higher difficulties. Yes, they'll eat your bullets and they won't take much damage in the process. But it's Doom in 16 colours, and what more could you want? I'm going to dive in and I'm going to show you what my experiences were playing through this, because I had a really good time. So we're just going to jump in here and we're going to play some Poom. There are a handful of levels here and Hangar is the first one. Right out the gate, I just want to say I love the look of this. There may be a very limited colour palette available for this to use, but it makes incredible use of it here. Everything just looks so vibrant and colourful, and it's just gorgeous. And the thing is, I love the enemy sprites as well. You can definitely tell that is a shotgun guy, even if it is a lot lower res than you would normally expect to see it. I just appreciate the fact that even though this is using custom textures, this has not sort of brought in textures from Doom itself. You can tell that this is Doom inspired. It looks like Doom, it plays like Doom, it feels like Doom. Okay, maybe it doesn't play completely like Doom, because the controls are a bit wonky and it takes a bit of time for you to get used to it, but as you can see there, blowing up the barrel takes out the enemies, which is a favourite pastime of all Doom players. It is worth noting that the health pickups are not standard to what Doom normally is. It does play around with some of the numbers a little bit. Take care of the shotgun guy there. We will need to hit this switch here and grab the blue keycard. Yes, there are keycards to collect in the levels here, but just look at how nice all of this is. And the thing is, I'm using the keyboard controls only here, but from the second level onwards, I'm probably going to make use of the mouse. Oh, that shotgun guy there was hidden right behind me. We'll dive into the second level here, and you will have noticed that the music does not change between some of these levels. Now, there's only a limited selection of music available, so unfortunately some of the music does get repeated. What I'm going to do though, I'm going to sort of be quiet for a minute and just let you enjoy the ambience of it all. In terms of weapons, the first few levels you'll really only be making use of the shotgun. There isn't a pistol here. Ooh, there's an imp. This is the first one we get to encounter. But you do get a small selection of weapons. There is no super shotgun here. There isn't a BFG, unfortunately, although to be fair, you're never really facing more than 3 or 4 enemies at a time, so I wouldn't expect a BFG to be very useful. The barrels are being very useful. One thing I will say is that some of these enemies are very spongy, and what I mean by that is it takes a few shots to really take them down. And It was one of the minor frustrations I had with this whole thing. Sometimes you'd be shooting a shotgun guy up close and they wouldn't go down, but then you shoot one from a third distance away and it goes down straight away. It's very chaotic like that. Like this, for example, that shotgun guy there just kind of took the full blast of my shotgun and, you know, it survived. But as I mentioned earlier on, I think the thing that genuinely impresses me about this is that even though this isn't using Doom textures on the walls, this is very unmistakably Doom-like. So if you're playing this sort of casually, you're definitely going to feel at home in this atmosphere. You also have to remember that 8-bit does come with limitations, so a lot of the issues you're seeing in the distance, for example, the way that the far corridors are rendered and kind of how the shadows and such are working, that is pretty much just down to the hardware limitations. It is worth me explaining a little bit. This is not a real console, so you can't physically go out and buy a Pico 8 console. It is a virtual console that people make games for online to a certain spec. Ooh, nearly clipped through the wall there. I'm also impressed by just how everything sort of seems to fit in 8-bit Doom here. Of course, you know, you couldn't take this and run this on one of the older consoles because it just wouldn't happen. I really think that, you know, this showcases just what 8-bit gaming can actually be, because let me tell you, like, if this was released onto mobile phones, it would be quite fun, to be honest. If this was an official product, this would definitely be a fun little novelty to have. But look at this. We are in an outdoor area and it's not just a boxy room. We've got lava, we've got a skybox. It's so ambitious, and yes, this is rendering at a very small resolution, but I think the crunchiness of it really kind of adds to the overall appeal. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that, you know, this is going to sort of blow you away if you're watching this on 4K, but look at the imp sprites, look at the shotgun guy sprites. But just so much attention has been paid to bringing all this across here. Not quite sure what that switch did there. We'll head up the steps here. You can see we've come to the upper part of the outdoor area we were just kind of hanging out in. We can grab the yellow keycard here, definitely going to be doing that. I really want to run over there and see if I can make it. I don't think I'll be able to get off that lava though. I don't really want to test the lava flow because I'll die and then we'll have to do all this again. There is no saving from what I can see. You basically get to sort of carry on from the start of a level, and you can choose that from the main menu. You can't really do much in terms of customizing controls. Ah, this is what that switch did. So unfortunately you're going to have to get used to using the arrow keys and the mouse if you want maximum controllability. You can use controllers. I haven't tested that myself, but I did see the option in the menus. I also like that, you know, this is using Doom tropes here, so we've got a bunch of monster closets that have opened up in the level. It does mean that, you know, we face a bit of a challenge. These aren't just empty levels, there's stuff going on in them, and I appreciate that. Love this music rendition, by the way. To say this is 8-bit, like, it's so cool. This is cool to me. If you've ever wondered what I consider cool, this kind of thing is cool to me. I am going to jump ahead a tiny bit here. You can see we picked up the chain gun. So the chain gun is probably my favourite weapon that I've used so far in all of this. It's really good for clearing out enemies. It does nice amount of damage. It's a bit more consistent, I find, than the shotgun, and it does a really nice job of taking down the imps as well, although it does chew through ammo really fast. But again, love the outside area, love the fact that they've gone for the lava texture on the floor there. It really does add a bit of variety, and you can see here we're transitioning from the base into a more cavernous situation. And again, this is hugely ambitious. This is going hard, in my opinion. We're seeing storytelling through the level design here, and I love that. And that's a Caco demon. Oh my gosh, okay. So yeah, that thing is shooting fireballs at us at a very quick rate. Luckily the chain gun chewed them out there. As you make your way through the levels, the music will change and the level sets themselves, the themes around the level will change. So for example, we're now in a more hell-based area. You'll see it in a minute when we head outside, but I just love the details here. There's so much to take in and just enjoy. Pick up that ammo, definitely. So as we head outside here, you can see we're in an outside area and there's a Cacodemon here. I think the Cacodemon can't really fly over all the different areas, that's fine. Well, you can bring up a weapon wheel. I didn't actually know that. I've just figured that out by pressing the mouse wheel. As I kind of alluded to earlier, there's a real crunchiness to this, but it's a good crunchy. It's a very sort of, this really would have worked if this was an official product kind of feel to this. I also like the chain gun sound. That's a very nice sound for a weapon, very satisfying. For the final bit of this playthrough though, I just wanted to show off this. So yes, you do get the plasma rifle, and of course I'm not going to immediately grab it because Doom has taught me over the years not to just take treats when they're given to you. You have to sort of prepare, because there's a lot of ammo around this room. So what I love is that the plasma rifle only shoots one thing at a time, one little sort of plasma bolt at a time, but it does a lot of damage it seems, so I can't really complain too much. It's quite amusing. Goodness me. But again, I've really enjoyed playing through this, and I'm really happy that the Doom community puts these kind of things together, because this is such an interesting thing to see. I'm gonna die here. I didn't disappoint there, but yeah, I've really enjoyed this. It's been really fun to see Doom interpreted in an 8-bit style that works, and it just feels so much fun to play. I do recommend trying this. You can play this in a browser if you don't want to download anything. It's over on the Poom website, or you can download it and put it on your PC, your Mac, or your Linux if you really want to give it a whirl on your terms. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you think of this.